I'm so excited to have Julie Fei-Fan Balzer from Sakura back with us this season because you always bring such cool projects, and we're recycling. You won't believe what these butterflies on these cards are made out of. Tell us about it.
So they're made out of Tyvek, which is what a lot of envelopes that you get at your house are made out of.
And they often get thrown away. We should be making things with it.
This is an easy way to stay green. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to cut out some simple squares. Just use a pair of scissors. It doesn't need to be neat. Then I'm going to use a marker, and the ones that I'm using have a broad tip and they have a detail tip at the other end. So you have a lot of possibilities.
And it's an opaque marker.
Yes, these happen to be pigment-based markers. And the thing that's really nice is because of that, they'll write on a slick surface like the Tyvek here. And you can see I'm just going right off the edge onto my scrap paper that's underneath. And the other important thing about them is they're like paint markers, but they don't have the smell or the mess or anything like that. So they have metallic colors, and then they also have some colors that are more matte, more what you're used to seeing in a kind of marker color.
Are you following a certain pattern or no?
I am not. I am just randomly going. One of the nice things you can do for this project for the butterflies is to stick in a particular color family.
Okay.
Because then it all sort of blends together when it scrunches up. So I have a couple here that are already done so you can see what I mean.
Oh, and you actually doodled on them too.
And I actually doodled right on them. And that's so easy to do. I just would take the detail end of this and then very fun, easy, quick. You don't have to be an artist. It's just silly. Make a couple of doodles, dots, something like that.
Because they're going to be scrunched up, as you've said.
Exactly. So let's get to the scrunching up then.
Which one should I use?
So why don't you take this one?
I'm going to use a
That's a good idea so you don't toast your fingers. And you want to heat it up with a heat gun, and you're working on a Teflon sheet for safety, and you just want to squish it into a kind of triangle shape if you can. That looks like a butterfly wing. Keep moving it around. You may have to turn the gun on and off. But you can see it's starting to go and curl up a little bit. There you go.
Okay. Now, any tips as it's curling into itself?
No, I would just say you can flip it over, you can use the pliers to pull it out, you can squish it into the mat. Whatever it is that just makes it easy for you.
Is it going to be hot, or can I touch it at this point?
You can touch it. I would be careful. It's a little hot, but it's not bad.
No, it's not bad
at all. Not bad at all. You can squish it, start again, get it from the side a little bit, something like that. But you're doing a great job. It looks like it's coming around into a wing.
Okay, let's carry on. Let's see what you're doing for the center.
So what you're going to do for the center is I have a piece of wire here. It's 7 inches long. And if you'll just hand me those flat nose pliers right there, and the round nose please too. So with my round nose pliers, what I'm gonna do is I'm simply gonna grasp one of the ends and I'm gonna curl it around. Okay, that's the first part of my antenna. Then at approximately the halfway point, leaving one end slightly longer, I'm gonna fold it in half with my fingers, and you can see that slightly longer end.
That's because you're gonna twist it.
Exactly. I'm gonna take my flat nose pliers, I'm simply gonna grasp the wire, and I'm going to wrap the end that doesn't have the little swirl around a couple times, take my round nose pliers, finish up that other antenna, and I have a little body, and obviously you have one that I've taken some more time with, which is nicely done.
How do we attach?
So you would just take your adhesive of choice, whatever it is. I like adhesive dots. You take your card, you place your body down, you would take your wings, and again, just attach them down.
So attach them to the paper.
Exactly. Attach them directly to the paper rather than the body. And by the way, to make the littler wing here on the bottom, all I did is I took a square and I cut it in half.
Use it smaller.
Exactly.
Okay, so how can you finish this?
Well, I just like to take a black pen and I would doodle my greeting. So I'm going to make a little cloud for this butterfly to be floating on. And this is a nice ink that really has a nice raised embossed line once it dries. And then with my own handwriting, and I know everybody hates their handwriting, but I promise you, everybody has beautiful and unique handwriting.
Yes.
I would just write my greeting. And then I would do a little trail for the butterfly with just some little dashes, super easy. Maybe it went in a little circle there.
Okay. And of course, I'm going to turn it around. You can outline it a little bit more if you wanted to, and then add, obviously, the other parts of the butterfly.
Exactly.
Let's see your final one, because it has a little bit of shine and sparkle.
So you can see I added some glitter glue to the one with the cloud, and the other one has just a layer of clear nail polish, which gives it a nice glossy finish.
It really does. I never thought about adding my, nail polish to the mix.
Of course.
Thank you, Julie. And you'll be back a little later in the show, and we will be right back.